A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Matthew, chapter 23. The scribes and Pharisees. Then addressing the crowds and his disciples, Jesus said, "The scribes and the Pharisees occupied the chair of Moses. You must therefore do and observe everything that they tell you. But do not do what they do, since they do not practice what they teach. They tie up heavy burdens and lay them on people's shoulders, but they do not lift a finger to move them. Everything they do is done to be seen by others, for they make their headbands broader and their tassels longer. They love the place of honor at banquets and the front seats in the synagogues and greetings in the market squares and to be addressed by people as Rabbi. You, however, must not allow yourselves to be called Rabbi, since you have only one master, and you are all brothers and sisters. You must call no one on earth your father, since you have only one Father, and he is in heaven. Nor must you allow yourselves to be called teachers, for you have only one teacher, the Messiah. The greatest among you will be your servant. Anyone who raises himself up will be humbled, and anyone who humbles himself will be raised up." Sevenfold indictment of the scribes and Pharisees. Alas, for you scribes and Pharisees, you hypocrites! You shut up the kingdom of heaven in people's faces, neither going in yourselves, nor allowing others to go in who want to. Alas, for you scribes and Pharisees, you hypocrites! You travel over sea and land to make a single proselyte, and any who becomes one, you make twice as much a child of hell as you are. Alas, for you blind guides! You say, "If anyone swears by the temple, it has no force. But anyone who swears by the gold of the temple is bound by the oath." Fools and blind! For which is of greater value, the gold or the temple that makes the gold sacred? Again, if anyone swears by the altar, it has no force. But anyone who swears by the offering on the altar is bound by the oath. You are blind. For which is of greater worth, the offering or the altar that makes the offering sacred? Therefore, one who swears by the altar is swearing by that and by everything on it. And one who swears by the temple is swearing by that and by the one who dwells in it. And one who swears by heaven is swearing by the throne of God and by the one who is seated there. Alas, for you scribes and Pharisees, you hypocrites! You pay your tithe of mint and dill and cumin and have neglected the weightier matters of the law: righteousness, mercy, good faith. These you should have practiced, those not neglected. Blind guides, straining out a gnat and swallowing a camel. Alas, for you scribes and Pharisees, you hypocrites! You clean the outside of cup and dish, and leave the inside full of extortion and intemperance. Blind Pharisee! Clean the inside of cup and dish first, so that it and the outside are both clean. Alas for you, scribes and Pharisees, you hypocrites! You are like whitewashed tombs that look handsome on the outside, but inside are full of the bones of the dead and every kind of corruption. In just the same way, from the outside, you look righteous, but inside, you are full of hypocrisy and lawlessness. Alas for you, scribes and Pharisees, you hypocrites! You build the tombs of the prophets and decorate the graves of the righteous, saying, had we lived in our ancestors' day, we would never have joined in shedding the blood of the prophets. So you testify against yourselves that you are children of those who murdered the prophets. Very well then, finish off the work that your ancestors began. You serpents, brood of vipers, how can you escape being condemned to hell? Therefore, look, I am sending you prophets and sages and scribes. Some you will kill and crucify. Some you will scourge in your synagogues and pursue from town to town. And so you will draw down on yourselves all righteous blood that has been shed on earth, from the blood of righteous Abel to the blood of Zechariah, son of Barachiah, whom you murdered between the sanctuary and the altar. Amen, I say to you, it will all recoil on this generation. Lament over Jerusalem. Jerusalem, Jerusalem, you that kill the prophets and stone those who are sent to you. How often have I longed to gather your children together as a bird gathers her chicks under her wings, and you refused. Look, your house is left to you deserted. For I say to you, from now on you shall not see me, until you say, blessed is he who comes in the name of the Lord. The word of the Lord.